This is Rob Tebbutt for Behind the Gloves. I'm here with Lawrence Okolie at the Okolie Chamberlain press conference. How are you, Lawrence?
I'm good, you know, normal day.
Normal? It's not a normal day, is it?
I mean, maybe not in the life of others, but for me, I've been doing press conferences, I've been handling big occasions. So for me, I woke up this morning, had breakfast, came to a press conference, spoke with my promoter, my opponent, and whoever's listening, so it's all good.
Now, this is a fight that has been clamoured for a long time. It's quite rare, if ever. I can't remember the last time we saw two fighters with less than 10 fights on their ledger, headlining in an arena like the O2. How does that feel for you?
It feels right. Reason being, I've seen all this stuff coming from before. So now that it's here, it doesn't really affect me. I've walked past the O2 when Joshua was boxing Dylan White, and I said, oh, one day I'm gonna headline here. Now I'm headlining it. If it sells out, it don't sell out, I need to sell out the O2. I've got lots of goals, so now when they're coming, step by step, have a rivalry. Here it is, win it. It's just fun.
Now you mentioned the rivalry with Isaac Chamberlain. How did that start?
I just think it comes from
you've known each other for quite a while.
Yes. So that's what I'm trying to say. We've known each other for quite a while. We've been in the same amateur shows, so on and so forth. The differences between me and him is I pushed on as an amateur, took risks. So he stopped at novice level. I went on to get onto the Great Britain team with the least amount of fights anyone has. I managed to win the Europeans with the least amount of fights anyone has. Go into the WSB with the least amount of fights anyone's had. And then go to Olympics for the same. So I'm setting those kind of records because I'm ready to take risks. And I'm not afraid to fight world number 1 with 1 week's notice. Box against world number 3. Because I have that self-belief. And if someone is good enough to beat me, I'm ready to accept it, to learn. That's what happened as amateur. So I've become an Olympian, turned professional, with all the hard work I've done, and I'm getting knockouts. Okay, might not be world champions, but they're putting people in front of me and I'm dealing with it, dealing with it. So more profile. And in their gym in South London, there's a lot of jealousy. So, Lawrence Okolie's got everything given to him. Oh, he's a hype job, blah, blah, blah. But if I was turning over and giving the performances that, for example, Isaac had been given, there would be a lot less given or pushed my direction. So that jealousy spilled over into social media tweets where he's retweeting fans saying, who beat me, this, that, and other. I look and I say, oh, Isaac's posted, okay, so it's real now. All right, well, cool. And it just grown from there. And as you said, it's very rare that two fighters at this stage fight. But let's be real about why this fight's happening now. He came up to me at the York Hall with his friends, and instead of talking back and forth, social media, I said, matchmaker, let's make a match. And from November till now, they've been messing about, blah, 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 until I boxed last week, and then there was a lot of public pressure on him to take the fight. They've taken the fight now, so here we are. So, you know, well done for him and his team. They could have said no, but I think that public perception is everything to them. That's why social media is so important to them. That's why having 100 people in the change room clapping you on is so important to him. Whereas for me, I came here by myself, got some friends in here now, but I have nothing but true, deep self-confidence, which is what's going to prevail in this fight. When it gets hard, I believe in myself. When it gets hard for him, and it's not, ouch, my shoulder, it's every time Lawrence Okolie is hitting me, head and body, it hurts. Okay, it's round 6, if he's still there. He's not tired, but they said he'll gas out. Round 8, he's not gassing out and he's winning. I can't get in the range, or when I get in the range, he's hurting me. We're gonna have fun. I can talk all I like. February 3rd, make sure you watch 2 undefeated fighters with everything to gain, a lot to lose, bragging rights, sauce. It's fun.
I just want to backtrack because you've actually stepped on an awful lot of the questions I have prepared. I can sense the excitement. This isn't just a normal fight, but anyway, we'll go back to comments that you made to me last week before you fought at York Hall. The impression that I got from you was that I don't think that you felt this fight was going to happen. Is that right?
No, personally, I believed they didn't want it to happen as opposed to would the fight happen. So what they're doing is, I didn't want to talk about money and stuff like that because it's not my business to talk about money, but I felt like the fight would happen, but not because they wanted it to happen. Does that make sense? Unless they were completely ready to change the whole course of their career, they had to take the fight, if that makes sense. But I don't think they wanted it, especially not then. But after I boxed and, you know, said what I said after my fight, and Eddie Hearn also showed that our side have accepted it. We're still waiting after a month for their side to accept it. public perception changed. And as I said, public perception and outside forces are what spur Isaac and his team on. As I said, clapping in the changing rooms, cheering on here, social media, polls, tweets. That's where they get their confidence from, as opposed from, anyway, that's what I'm talking about.
Now, I just want to touch on something that's sort of been doing the rounds today, really. Richard Riakporhe, stablemate advisor Chamberlain. Rumours are that he was offered the fight. Can you confirm or deny anything?
Personally, I don't have anything to do with the matchmaking on that end. As Eddie Hearn has alluded to, we don't say no to fights. It's that simple. Why should I say no to a fight? However, Richard, who I haven't seen post or say anything about the fight, and I know each other, and I actually like Richard as a person, and I actually respect him. So, if you want to use our common sense for a second, can I just do that for a second? Let me use some common sense. Ted Bammy, coach. Isaac Chamberlain, boxer, coached by Ted. Richard Riakporhe, coached by Ted. There's talks of a fight with Isaac Chamberlain, a big money fight, grudge match. Yet you say you want to send another one of your fighters to box me first. Now, this is a case of chess, not checkers. So, regardless of what I think would happen in a fight with me and Richard, I don't need to fight Richard before I box Chamberlain, so that their camp can have extra insight into what I'm like in the ring, how hard I actually punch, blah, 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 blah. What you need to do is now look at Ted, and this is something I'm going to speak about with Richard now, is that if you believe Richard would beat me, why would you risk that to ruin a fight with me and Isaac Chamberlain? Then, look at it from another angle, say he believed me beating Richard bigs up the fight with me and Isaac. What does that say about his belief in Richard, or what he cares about Richard? And if he expected Richard to be able to beat me, you then need to ask what he thinks about me versus Isaac. Because why would you put in someone for not much and ruin a fight for a lot? Does that make sense? So, it's all a bunch of games, weird stuff that they do, and none of it matters, because now, February the 3rd, we go to town.
I just want to backtrack. You said you like Richard Riakporhe.
Absolutely.
Do you dislike Isaac Chamberlain?
I dislike what he represents, and what he represents to me is a cult, where you've got a bunch of cruiserweights, you know, all active at the same time, that have sort of come together, cluttered round, and social media, they're all backing each other, tweeting back and forth, and yeah, so what, he's an Olympian, he's rubbish, blah, blah, blah. And they discredit at every step everything that I do. So he represents that to me. So I dislike what him and that social circle represent. And this is my first step in showing why after 9 months, I'm okay with headlining at O2 against someone who's more experienced and been pro for 3 years and is so fit and blah, blah, blah. Because I believe in what I am, and I'm going to show him, and then through him I'm going to show them. And if some of them want to step up to the plate, we can keep going. We can just keep going. We can have some fun until someone's able to put a dent in the road, which I can't really see with the crop we have right now, but we'll have some fun anyway.
And just finally, you also told me last week, when I mentioned the poll that I had around 50, 50, 51, 49, that you were 100% favourite to win this fight. Why is that?
Because I am better than Isaac Chamberlain in every single department there is. So I'm physically stronger, I'm faster with my angles, punches, I've got longer range, I've been at this, I've boxed better people than him, and you talk about fitness, I train every single day, so I'm not afraid to do 10 rounds, etc., etc. So it's all fun and games to me. That's why. And also, I have true self-belief, which doesn't come from my friends screaming and shouting at me, telling me I can do it. It comes from within. So no matter what, if I'm boxing Isaac, and Isaac is impossible to hit round after round, he's slipping, he's dodging, he's blocking, he's piling on the pressure on me, I've got something within myself that tells me, you know what, all it takes is 1, 2, 3 seconds of punch him, and you can get him out of there. So round after round, I'll demonstrate that.
Okay, well, Lawrence Okolie, thanks very much for speaking to Behind the Gloves. Do appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you in action on February the 3rd, live at the O2.
Yes, yes.
Hey fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps, and if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so by clicking right here.